Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Drew with the Arkansas CW. We are here with Chad Duell from General Hospital. First off, tell me a little bit about how you are liking, your role as Michael Quartermain in the show.
Um, well, I mean, I started out in the show freaking out. I mean, I was trying to find my way, panicking, but every year that goes by, I just get more and more, I delve more and more into the character, and I love playing him and finding different layers. I mean, they write so much stuff on the show, so many different storylines, things that happen that make him grow and make me grow in turn. So yeah, the writing's been very good, and I'm just very lucky to be able to play this character every day and have acting, be my job. It's the best. It's the best thing. That's what you want. Is your main goal. Yeah, I love playing him, and I continue to. It's been 7 years, and 7 years.
So you've been on the show for 7 years.
7 years I've been on the show, and so I've really kind of made it my own. I'd like to think, because a few people played it before me. There was like this redheaded kid, and then another person for a year, then me, and I just really feel like it took me a bit when I first started, but I really made it my own now, and yeah, I'm loving it.
Well, so I heard that once you, they were supposed to wait a little bit longer until you became that character, and they just kind of threw you in, like in the middle of the series or something like that. So you had a lot of work to do, and so how did you progress into the character that you wanted to be?
Well, I found out what a panic attack is. I learned what that is. When I first started, I was terrified because what happened was they liked me enough to. I'm being polite with this. The guy's a great guy, but there was this. They had a certain viewpoint of the character, so they let the guy go because it was so confusing. I was reading for a different part. I didn't know I was reading for the part I got because they were trying to keep everything hush, and then they let the guy go for me, so I had extra pressure on that standpoint. And my first day, I sweated through like 2 shirts. I almost threw up. I had the writer and the producer going like this, like just watching me from the I could see in the corner of my eye. I just felt so much pressure, and it was rough. The circumstance. They just threw me right in into like him, like his murder storyline and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh man, I had no experience with this stuff before. I was doing Disney stuff before that.
Yeah.
And then, it made me grow so much as a person, mostly, that I made it through that kind of fire, and it just made me grow up in so many ways. And it was very, very trying time, but it made me, like I said, stronger and as a person, and then as an actor. And yeah, it took a few months. And then I started to feel better and better. Then it slowly, gradually progressed, but it took a while, a little while in the beginning. It was horrible, but it was better now.
The fan base for General Hospital, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, people have been watching it for years. So I heard through the grapevine that at first, with all your, nervousness and, sweating and, everything, people were complaining about your hair. Like, what was that all about? And then, your mom, ironically, is a hairdresser, and so, yeah.
It was awful. My hair was ridiculous. I looked like a marshmallow with a little Hershey Kiss on top. It was bad.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean,
I didn't realize until I see they should have said, hey, look, we're not going to put him up on stage with hair like that. But
right.
But they did. It's okay. And they had me in the other guy's clothes before me.
Nice.
And he was much smaller than I am, so I had like shorts like up to my waist.
Yeah.
Well, okay, they weren't that bad. But it wasn't pleasant.
I got you.
But shortly after, I got a haircut because they told me to. Like, you got to get a haircut. I'm like, all right, I agree.
Yeah, you got to fix this.
But the fans had every right to say that because it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yes.
It happens. It happens. So let's talk about your nominations, Emmy nominations, and then what was it, 2000? A couple years ago, you won it.
Yeah, well, I was nominated for younger actor 3 times, and then in 2015, I got older to be in the supporting actor category, which was the hardest one. So I was like, well, but I won the first time I was there. Luckily, thank God, I was able to I have one sitting in my place. It's surrounded by a bunch of my figure. I shouldn't say this. I'm sound like a nerd, but who cares?
We're all nerds.
Yeah,
here,
right.
Man.
No,
We're all nerds.
I have these kind of, I collect these little figurines and stuff like that too. Little like nerdy stuff. I don't know, but yeah, mine it's like sitting right in the middle of all of them, like they're protecting them or something.
Yeah,
That wasn't
right.
my mindset. I want to let you know I'm not saying I don't role play with my
But it just happened.
with my Emmy.
It just happened.
No, it just happened. It's
Yeah,
surrounding it.
Exactly. All right. So real quick before we go, tell us maybe. What the fans, any plot twist or anything that is very exciting that's gonna happen in the next season or the next episodes or whichever, and also if you have anything else going on in life. I mean, any other shows coming up that people can tune in and watch you on.
Wait, hold on. So I thought he was calling me to stage. Yeah, he's not. So throw the question off. You said a lot of things. What was the main thing you wanted me
All
to
right. Any plot twist
Oh, yes.
and anything that you got coming up this year?
Yeah, so there is something I just recently found. I started filming. Like, what just happened? Something happens with his ELQ job. Something happens, new opportunity that presents itself that gets him. I can say that. I can't give too much stuff away with this stuff.
Yeah,
but him and Nell, they get a little closer, and that's a big thing there. But it's not what you'd expect.
I got you.
So everyone, just stay tuned. There's a lot of interesting things happening, but you have to watch it. A lot of crazy stuff.
All right, and then anything coming up?
Yes. I just recently shot this new Amazon Prime digital show called The Bay, and that's going to be airing in April. I play a much darker, much creepier, weird character in this one, and I think everyone that sees Michael will, the way he is, will really love to see this other side of him. So it's in April. I don't know the exact dates yet, but it's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Bay.
Okay.
So tune in, and thank you.
There you go. All right, guys.
Well,
that is all the time we have. This is Drew with Chad, and once again, tune in Amazon Prime, The Bay, or General Hospital. And thanks for hanging out with us, guys. See ya.